Hi everyone, this is Lady T with your Scorpio Shadow and Magic reading for August 2022. Before I get started, I want to say thank you to everyone who supports me on any kind of platform whatsoever. I hope that you find the readings that I do different, and I hope that they help you in some way. Let's go ahead and get started. So we have a lot of shadow decks here. We have the Shadow Tarot here. We have the Shadow Oracle here by the Shadow Tarot and the Shadow Oracle are by K.J. Beck, 1111. We have the Shadow Work Oracle deck also by Total Divine. And then we have the Evil Eye deck that's off of magic.com. King of Aloha, I believe, is the one who created it, but I saw it when I was watching Saving Grace 999. I love her reading. She's hilarious, and she's really cool. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on. So Scorpio, your center energy is the Ace of Cups. So really wanting love and happiness and all the things that come with it. Feeling very frustrated, fear of being hurt, and feeling overwhelmed at this time. And maybe perhaps in your current situation that might not be loving. Here we have crowning you, the King of Pentacles, brooding, insecurity, materialism. So you're working through these feelings, and you're very very emotional at this time, and it seems like you could be perhaps snapping at others around you. Maybe you are feeling very materialistic at this time, feeling also very insecure as you try to work through this. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, starting over, disappointment, missed opportunities. So have you missed out on an opportunity? Are you having to start over in some kind of way? And are you disappointed about the situation as it stands? And then we've got the Page of Pentacles, bored, feeling smothered, trapped in the mundane. So really bored with the routines that are occurring around you. No excitement kind of thing. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles as your outcome. We have chaos, hesitation, and lack of faith. So chaos is the storm. Hesitation is you're not sure what to do, or maybe are you strong enough to do it, or how you should do it, kind of thing. And then a lack of faith. That lack of faith being that you're not sure that spirit's got your back, kind of thing. So as we move on with your other oracle messages, the first one we have is comfort zone settling. When we went into North Node, and I don't remember if that was March or April, but it was sometime recently. The whole goal of going into North Node was to force us to come out of our comfort zones, to look at our life and determine, how we can move forward, to step into our North Node, which is really about doing things that are totally outside of our comfort zone, that are pushing us to being the optimal of ourselves, our life being what we want it to be, and determining that, and going through that transition from the comfort zone to the comfort zone, which is your South Node, to your North Node, and stepping into maybe life purpose, and stepping into a whole new way of looking at things, doing things. It's really, yeah, it's a very chaotic time for everyone. We've got deception and camouflage. So, what are you hiding? What are you deceiving yourself about? What are you deceiving others about? Um, we've got excuses. I'm sorry, amends. So, are you making excuses because you know that maybe you need to say I'm sorry to somebody? Or are you making excuses to stay stuck in the situation that you're in, because you don't want to make these amends? I'm not totally sure, but those are all the things that are coming to me as I pick up the cards. We've got predictable, clockwork, and that goes right back to this over here, where you're talking about bored, feeling smothered, trapped in the mundane. Life is meant to be unpredictable. Yes, you have routines. We all have to go to work or do whatever we do on a regular basis, but it's not supposed to become so routine that it just zaps the joy and the unpredictability and the spontaneity and everything out of it. That's not real. That's not real life. That's a routine. That's boredom. That's, there's no way. There's no way I could live like that. I don't want to live like that. And I hope that you don't either. We've got ghost vanish. So maybe you're feeling like you want to ghost, you want to vanish right now, as you're doing the shadow work, because it's very difficult. It's very difficult to walk through these emotions and feelings. And we all would love to run away from ourselves, but everywhere we go, there we are. So you can't run from yourself. And that's the hard part about shadow work. You've got focus and distraction. So sometimes we can focus so much on something that it's a distraction. And that could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing, especially if we're overusing it. So really paying attention to that. Are we focused so much on something that now it's a distraction and now it's not healthy anymore? Because we have work to do. And we've got running and we've got confrontation. So are you trying to avoid a confrontation? Are you running away from something that you need to actually deal with? On the horizon, you have a transformation. So transformation and change is coming for all of us, and it has started for others already, and it's coming to everyone, because we're all going through this season where it's karma. It's good karma, bad karma. So depending on what side of the fence is, you could have a little mixture of both, right? But ultimately, this season is about the new. This is about doing new things and having a whole new outlook on your life, so that whatever you left behind, the negative emotions, the shadows, the things that really, really kept you stuck, the things that really, really were not for your highest good, that you leave those behind, so that as you move forward, you build a solid foundation the right way, that's going to stand and that's going to provide you, many, 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 many years of happiness and joy. And it's going to allow you to feel what you have a right to feel, which is happy, which is to know that you are worthy, to know that you have a voice and that you have a right to whatever you desire in life. We've got fearful. We've got a learned behavior that can be unlearned. Also, a low vibrating feeling that creates limitations for you and future happiness. Because fear is very huge. Because it's like to me, fear is like bubbles. So if you've ever, put a lot of bubbles in your dishwater, and you put too much in there, you can never get rid of the bubbles because there's so much. And every time you try to do anything with them, you'll see that the bubbles still exist. It's like when you make a bubble bath. If you put too much soap in there, you get all these bubbles, and it's really hard because you got nothing but bubbles. And if you like bubbles everywhere, that's great. But if you don't, it's a totally different situation, and it's a lot of mess. But what I'm speaking to is fear grows, because it's like the bubbles. It just grows the more you add water to it. So if you are feeding into the fear because you won't challenge the fear that you have, you won't stand up in your power, your ego is trying to protect you because the fear is telling your ego, oh, no, 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 put up the walls. No, 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 don't take action. No, 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 don't do this. Don't do this for your highest good. Don't move forward. Don't make a decision. Don't do whatever. Your ego is fighting against you right now because your ego has been in control for a while, right? We have all had that whole thing where our ego has run our lives for quite some time. And so now, when you're trying to do the shadow work and the fear is coming up, it's like the ego is like working with the fear against you and you don't even know it. So you've really got to stand in your power at this time and realize the fear, accept the fear. The fear can be a motivator too. And I was so wonderful. I saw this one video. It was called, it's by a gentleman who does like painting while he does like a message for you. I want to say it's Attract Passion, but he was talking about fear one time. I think it was him, but I watch a lot of stuff. So, I apologize if I get it mixed up. But what I thought was great was he was talking about fear, and he was saying how fear and excitement are the same emotion. It's just how we interpret it. So maybe you are interpreting excitement as fear, and maybe you're not. I'm just throwing that out there as an idea. We've got negativity. Let go of the pessimistic attitude. It's getting old. Think of something positive right now. Shift your thinking. Really staying in negativity is such a down place, and you deserve so much more than that. So it's really asking you to challenge your thinking. Possessive. You are clinging on to someone or something way too tightly. Learn to let go. Love has no ownership. Everyone has free will. So this is about you feeling possessive over a situation, almost to the point where um, it's it could become very healthy. You could become sort of codependent a little bit too. So really taking a look at that and where that's coming from, because I bet you it has to do with fear. And fear of something, right? Fear of rejection, fear of, you know, something. But I suspect it's fear of some sort. And then the other thing too is when you love someone, you step out of your ego when you really love someone, because you allow them to their choices, whatever they may be. Maybe they will be you, maybe they won't be you. But when you are being possessive, it's almost like, no, I'm going to make up their mind for them. And that's really about control, possession. And no one likes to be possessed, okay? Because then that's more about control than it is love. Love is free. Love is, even if you don't want to be with me, I want your happiness and I want you to be happy, kind of thing. Even if you do want to be with me, I'm going to still allow you to be yourself, and I'm not going to try to control you, who you are, possess who you are, those kinds of things. So really looking at thought processes and how that equates for you right now. Quarrelsome. Does this action fulfill an emotional need for you? Does it make you feel powerful? Is a bad habit? Is it a bad habit that needs to stop? So really, you also had brooding over here. So quarrelsome is, hey, somebody says, boo to you the wrong way, and you're snapping at them. So that's more about you and what you're going through than it is anyone else. So really understanding that, and not taking out your shit on somebody else, really. It may be saying to people, hey, I'm going through some stuff right now. I'm working on some stuff. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I had to get some water. I started having hiccups all of a sudden. Um, we've got emotionally overreacting. You are overthinking, which is causing a flood of unnecessary emotions. So really stop overanalyzing. Whatever you're thinking so hard about. At some point you're going to have to take some action. Because you can stay stuck in your mind forever and not do anything, and then you're just wasting time. So really taking a firm hold of what's going on with you right now. Manipulative, letting go of wanting to exert power over someone or a situation. Do you need to work on your self esteem? So, when we feel out of control, when we feel like we can't control a situation because we want what we want, then our ego kicks in and makes us want to over control. It like goes into hyperdrive, right? Leading back to this possessiveness, leading back to, the manipulative kind of behavior. You cannot control another person. If you love someone, it is not about control. So superficial. You care too much about outward appearances. Start with your inner work, your value, your self-esteem, your personality, and then coming to the conclusion that as you do this work, you are worthy. You are handsome, beautiful. You are worthy of your highest desires. And really working on that thinking. And then the last one is boundaries. Develop healthy boundaries to make sure you are emotionally and mentally stable. It's okay to say no. And, really standing in your power. If you don't want to do something, then no. No's the answer. Not, well, no, no, no. Okay, let's talk about the magic in your life that someone can either be putting on you or you can be putting on somebody else. And when I say magic, a lot of people, they think, okay, well, you're putting, voodoo out, you've got a book, you're doing different things to impose this spell on someone. But I was reading something that one of my children had given to me. It was called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And the first agreement is I want to say, impeccable with your word. And what that talks about is really using your words wisely, because your words have power, and that your words are a spell. And if you really want to look into that, it's really a great book. I just, looked at it over YouTube. I didn't actually read it, but believe me, it's really very interesting. But anyway, So understanding that, you know, you could be inadvertently putting magic against someone just by the words you were speaking, the thoughts you were having, the energy you are putting out there. So really paying attention to that. So I did use my evil eye deck here, just to get an idea of perhaps the magic that could be coming towards you, or the magic you could be sending out. And I don't know, again, I try to do things creatively, so it was my idea, so here we go. Okay, the first one, which I thought was interesting, was voodoo. Someone is doing voodoo work on you to achieve something against you. Look to other cards to see in which area. Well, the card that was underneath it is competition magic. Someone feels they need to compete against you. That is their motivation for the things they do. Okay, so somebody's in competition with you. Um, Next, we had spiritual bath, and spiritual baths can be something as simple as, you know, just taking a bath and putting some Epsom salts in there. Really, spiritual protection and everything is really about intention, and really, taking that bath so that you can sit in the water and having the intention that as you get in that water, that all of the negativity, all of whatever is released. And so just really understanding that. So, spiritual bath, take a spiritual bath to break curses, remove any negative vibes that have been sent your way. We have freeze spells, so this could also be the other voodoo they're trying to do. Someone wants to stop any progress on your way to success. So you really have somebody who's really trying to stop your forward progression here, which is sad, but people do what they do. Spiritual attacks. Someone is trying to attack you spiritually to block your third eye and ability to manifest. So really, somebody's trying to keep you stuck in some very significant ways. So you moving forward is really a threat to somebody. Spirit team, your spirit team has your back right now. You are not alone. So your spirit team is all around you to thwart these attacks on you. But you need to be aware that they are happening just the same. Rainbow, massive success is coming to you after you release someone toxic from your life. So really looking at, what in your life needs to go. And then the last one, all in your mind. You are clear of psychic attacks and the evil eye during this time. Continue cleansing your energy. So, really, as you move forward, having a routine to cleanse your energy, you can use candles. I mean, you can just, light a candle and put an intention on the candle that, you want to release whatever. You can look up the colors of the candles to tell you, what color does what. You can get crystals, because there's crystals for protection, there's crystals for healing, there's crystals for everything. So getting some crystals, and maybe perhaps wearing those, putting those in your pocket, putting in them, what ladies wear, put them in their bra, that kind of thing. Just to offer some protection to you as you go about your day. Now let's go ahead and get some angel messages so we can see which angels are working with you at this time and for what reason. And I'm shuffling this deck because I know I've heard from many other readers that, some of the collective want to see the readers shuffle the cards. I don't like to do that anymore because it wastes a lot of time, and I prefer not to put that on camera. And I'm going to take these because these don't come in reverse, so I'm going to return these around. I don't know, maybe I think I turned the deck around when I was shuffling when I didn't mean to. So yeah, I'm going to turn these back around so they're all upside, because I don't read these in reverse. So I might as well just take the time to do it now. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, let's see a couple more times. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. So the first one we have is Angel of Solitude. So perhaps, maybe that came with the Vanish card there too. This is about really maybe perhaps needing to take some time out so that you can really work through whatever you need to work through, and, come back to you, because you are being attacked right now. Angel of success, knowing that you can be successful, believing that you can be successful, stepping back into your power. Angel of past lives, understanding that this could be related to a past life situation. Angel of power, again, we just talked about that, stepping back into your power. Angel of past issues. So you got two messages here of that. So yeah, this is definitely from past lives. So you're dealing with karma from this life due to a past life situation. So it's happening in this life for you to deal with it. And then we've got angel of procrastination. So putting off things that you need to get done. You know, thought there was something about that on one of the cards, but I'm not going to look underneath now. Angel of tranquility, offering you some peace during this time. Angel of wisdom, standing in your wisdom, following your intuition, listening to the messages that your spirit team is trying to give you. Angel of adventure, so really helping you to step into your power, getting back into that childlike energy that is like, oh well, yeah, I'm fearless. I want to try this. I want to do that. You know, feeling very what's the word, curious and excited, and you know, all that energy that you had as a kid before life happened, right? We've got angel of communication, so helping you to stand in your truth, but also helping you to communicate whatever you need to communicate. Angel of gratitude, stepping into the thankfulness of this experience, the lessons you've learned, and how your life is going to be transformed in a positive way from this moment on. And then the angel of unity, that is about understanding that we are all connected, first of all, but the other thing is unity within each of us, the balance of divine feminine and divine masculine within each of us, and then coming back into unity with the collective, meaning, you know, all of the human race, but also within ourselves first. So I do hope that this helps you, Scorpio, with your shadow and magic reading for August 2022. Much love and light, Lady T.